So, we have all known that there is corruption in the South African police services.
SAPS has admitted nearly 400 of its members are implicated in corruption. It's made the announcement during a virtual parliamentary briefing.
For too long, we blame it on a few bad apples, on poor training, on the hangover from the apartheid era. But the testimonies at the Madlanga Commission and the ad hoc committee paints a much more frightening picture. The cops and the criminals aren't just on the opposite side. In many cases, they are the same people playing different roles in the same saga. Welcome to another episode. Ndingumqondisi. Today, we are unmasking the merger between the criminal cartels and the state. The first piece of the puzzle was a very public spectacle. The funeral of a taxi boss, Zanemvula Msibi, aka Mswaz, in January 2024. Picture this: helicopters, fleet of luxury cars, and the who is who of the powerful. And right there, in the thick of it, the then Minister of Police, Bheki Cele, and EFF leader, Julius Malema. This wasn't just a somber farewell. It was a powerful summit, a public display of a very connections we only whisper about. But who is Mswaz? Rewind 25 years, and he was a taxi boss, preaching peace, talking about the sanctity of life. Fast forward to the Madlanga Commission. The witnesses described him as a ruthless president of the big 5 drug cartel. So, how does this play out on the ground? The most explosive revelations came from the seizure of the phone records belonging to the alleged cartel kingpin, Vusimuzi Ket Matlala. These weren't just phone calls. They were WhatsApp messages that laid bare a clear, unholy alliance. First, you have the cartel chiefs, people like the late Msibi and Matlala. They are the CEOs of crime. Their product is drugs. Their currency is violence. And their strategy is corruption. They don't just want to avoid the law. They want to own it. These messages allegedly showed collaboration between Matlala and senior police officers like Major General Sinola and Ekurhuleni Chief of Police Julius Mkhwanazi. The nature of these communications suggests the cartel wasn't just bribing the police. They were directing them. But the most damning connection was to an alleged political fixer, Brown Mokhutsi. Testimony suggests Matlala was facilitating payments to the ruling party via Mokhutsi. The implication is staggering. The money the cartel earned from drugs, contract killing, fraud was allegedly being funneled into the political system, buying not just influence, but direct political favor. Perhaps the clearest sign of the state capture, the moment the money trail hit the police budget, came through a contract. Vusimuzi Ket Matlala wasn't just a gangster, he was a tenderpreneur. His company allegedly secured a jaw-dropping 360 million rands contract from the SAPS in 2024. Let it just sink. A service provider linked to an alleged drug boss was winning massive contracts from the very police services meant to arrest him. This, while irregular expenditure in the police has escalated to a staggering 3.2 billion rands, according to the Auditor General. This isn't just bribery. It is a complete penetration of the state. The cartel was getting paid by the state to operate under its nose. While the contract was later rescinded, this incident confirmed the cartel's diversified criminal enterprise, drugs, killing for hire, and high-level government procurement fraud. It creates a chilling picture, an economy of crime fueled by drug money, protected by the very men and women tasked to uphold the law. And the cartel can't succeed alone. It needs people on the inside. This is where we meet the compromised brass. Take the Deputy National Commissioner, Lieutenant General Cedric Sibiya. According to witnesses at the Madlanga Commission, he received millions from Ket Matlala to look the other way, even go so far as to remove dockets from the political killing task team to shield the cartel. Remember that, according to Sibiya, these dockets would have been handed to the organized crime. That brings us to the Major General Richard Shibiri, the national head of the organized crime, whom witnesses say has attempted to shut down a murder investigation because the suspect was linked to Msibi. It is safe to assume that this would have been the fate of the dockets if they were removed from the PKTT. This isn't just a lone wolf. It's a strategy. The cartel places its people or 10 people at the highest level. We heard about the alleged interference orchestrated by Brigadier Klenki during the arrest of KT Mulefe. These senior managers aren't incompetent. They are actively, deliberately sabotaging the war on crime from the command tent. But what about the foot soldiers in blue, the constables and the sergeants? They are the ground force of this corruption. Some are coerced, some are bought. They are the ones tipping off drug raids, losing evidence docket, or acting as hired muscles. Why they aren't arrested? Because arresting them would lead right back up the chain. They are protected by the very system they are betraying. And let's not forget the political shields, the politicians, and the influencers. Their presence at events like Msibi's funeral isn't a coincidence. It is a signal. It normalizes the relationship, blur the lines, and offer a layer of political protection that makes the whole operation seem untouchable. This ecosystem explains it all. The cartel chiefs fund it. The compromise brass orchestrate it. The foot soldiers execute it. The political shield legitimize it. The system isn't broken. It has been reprogrammed. So, after the revelations this dark, what do we do? Is there any way to rescue an organization from this degree of rot? I believe there is, but it requires a major surgery focusing on three key areas. 1. Strengthening accountability. Empower the independent watchdogs. We must urgently strengthen and properly resource the Independent Police Investigation Directorate, IPID. It must have the mandate to investigate the highest ranking officers without political interference. Permanent anti-corruption units. We need to create legislated anti-corruption units, like the new Investigating Directorate Against Corruption, with enhanced powers and financial stability, insulated from political whims. 2. Reforming procurement and finance. Seal the money leaks. The case of Matlala's 360 million contract exposes a critical weakness. The new Public Procurement Act must be vigorously enforced, with mandatory lifestyle audit for all police supply chain personnel. Follow the FATF mandate. The police must dramatically increase their use of the Financial Intelligence Center. We must investigate officers' unexplained wealth, aggressively pursue assets forfeiture against captured personnel. 3. Professionalization and culture. Protect whistleblowers. The courageous testimony came at a huge personal cost to the witnesses. New laws must not only protect but compensate those who are fired or victimized for exposing corruption. Focus on the foundation. Finally, we must invest in general detective services by reducing caseload, providing modern training, and instill a firm ethical foundation from the academy. We can begin to restore the public trust that has been so catastrophically broken. This isn't just about fighting crime anymore. It's about reclaiming our sovereignty and supporting the innocent good cops without whom we would not have known this rot. It is about deciding whether South Africa is the country of law or a country run by syndicate that wears uniform. This has been the Civic Interest Sentinel. Ndingumqondisi. The veil has been ripped off. Let's get involved and shape the future of policing in our country. Stay vigilant. Peace.